Hope you are doing great today. I'm back again. This is Dr. Nandi. Those of you who do not know me, I solve math problems. I also post videos on math lectures on different topics, statistics, algebra. I have all of that in my channel. Please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, and if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. That really motivates me. So I frequently lecture live on YouTube and I solve math problems. Today I'm going to solve this problem. The customer satisfaction scores for internet service providers are, there's 26 numbers. Okay, calculate the mean and the median, comment on the skewness of the data, calculate the quartiles, what is the interquartile range, is there any outliers. And while we calculate the quartiles, we'll also do a box plot. Okay, so we will do a box plot along with this. So the first thing we will do is use TI-84. This is the calculator I often use in my lecture to enter the data in list 1 of the calculator. This calculator has different lists, L1, L2, L3. L stands for list. I will enter the data in L1. But first, I will clear the memories of this calculator. That is, I'll remove the data which has been used in the past. So I will first press the second button, which is in the top left, then the plus button. Where is the plus button? It's on the bottom right. So second button on the top left, then the plus button on the bottom right. Then I will press number 4 key. Number 4 key. When I do that, I get a command clear all list on the calculator screen. I hit enter and it says done. That means it has cleared the memory of the calculator. So second button on the top left, then plus button on the bottom right, then press number 4, get clear all list on the calculator screen, hit enter, done. Now I am ready to enter the data in L1, list 1 of the calculator. What do I do for that? I press the stat button and then number 1. Stat button in the second row of the calculator, and then number 1, which is edit. That will open up L1, L2, L3. The cursor, the black rectangle, now sits on the first line in L1, where I will enter the data one after another. I will type in each number starting with the first number, then hit enter. All the numbers should go one after another in L1. So L1, cursor is in L1. So the first number I will type is 85. 85 on the first line in L1 and hit enter. It moves to the second line where I will enter the other numbers. So 82 and enter. 71 and enter. 70 and enter. 70 and enter. 70 and enter. 70 and enter. There are 4 70s, so I've entered 74 times. Then 63, 67, 67, 64, 64 twice, then 63. So right now I have entered the first row of data, which is 30 numbers. Right now, after the last 63, my cursor sits on the 14th line in L1. That is why L1 parenthesis 14, and it's waiting for me to enter the data in the 14th position, which is again another 63, then another 63, then 62 twice, then 61, 61, 60, then 58, 58, 57, 56, 51 and 46. So I've entered 26 data points. The cursor after 46 hit enter. Cursor is sitting on the 27th line in L1. That is why at the bottom left corner you will see L1 parenthesis 27 equal to, as if it's asking you to enter the 27th data point, which we do not have. So we have entered the 26 numbers in L1. We are ready to calculate the mean, median, etc. So how to calculate the mean? So stat button, second row, then we will highlight, means move the cursor in the top row from edit to calc, and then select number 1, which is one var stats. One variable. Where is the short of variable? What is the variable over here? Quality, customer satisfaction score for internet service providers. So let me do that. Stat, then I highlight, that means I move the cursor in the top row. From right now it's on edit on the top row. I'm going to move it to calc by pressing the right cursor key on the top right. Now it has moved to calc on the top row, and the first one is one var stats, so I press number 1. So my list is L1, leave it there. I go straight down. Okay, so list is L1, do not touch it. Go down to calculate by the down arrow key. To calculate, put the cursor on calculate and hit enter. Put the cursor, the black rectangle, on calculate and hit enter. Okay, so the mean, this is your mean. Okay, x bar is the sample mean, is equal to 64. To get the median, you have to scroll down to MED, which is in the second screen. Okay, and the median equal to 63. So the mean is slightly greater than the median, 64 and 63. So if the mean is greater than the median, it is part B. Mean is greater than the median, therefore this distribution or this data set is positively skewed. Or skewed to the right. That is, it has an extended tail on the right. It can only happen if there are many large numbers. And there are fairly large numbers. All of these 85, 82, 71, all of these are large numbers. So positively skewed to the right. Then it asks for calculate the quartiles. The quartiles, remember, are Q1. First quartile is 60. Okay, Q2 is the median. Q2 or median. Remember, median is the 50th percentile. 50% are below it, 50% are above it, is 63. And then Q3, which is the third quartile, is 70. Okay. So we will do a box plot also, but we will come back and do this box plot at the end. But let's first calculate part D, which is interquartile range. This is the width of the box in the box plot, which we'll do shortly. Interquartile range is IQR is Q3 minus Q1, which is 70 minus 60 is 10. So that's your interquartile range. Now for part E, is there any outlier? First, we will take the IQR, which we calculated in part D as 10, and then calculate 1.5 times IQR, which is 1.5 multiplied by 10 is 15. Then we will calculate a lower outlier boundary, which is on the left, calculated from Q1 by subtracting from Q1 1.5 times IQR. Now what is my Q1? It's 60 minus 15. 1.5 IQR is 15. 60 minus 15 is 45. Is there any number less than 45? There is no number less than 45. No number less than 45. Less than 45. Because 46 is the lowest number. No outlier on the left. Outlier on the left. Next, we did the lower outlier, then the upper outlier boundary. Upper outlier boundary is Q3 is equal to Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. Now Q3, if you remember, is 70 plus 15, because 1.5 times thing is 1.5 times IQR is 15, as we calculated over here. So that is 85. Now look at this number. 85 is the highest number, and that is if there had been any number greater than 85. No number greater than 85. Greater than 85. Than 85. Because 85 is our maximum. Okay. Therefore, no outlier on the right. On the right. Hence, the answer to the question, party, is there any outlier? No outlier on the right, no outlier on the left. Now we will do the box plot. So how do you do the box plot? Okay, let me show it to you close. So you press the second button on the top left, and then Y equal to key on top of the second button. Y equal to key on top of second button. Then you still press number 1. Second button, then Y equal to key on top of it, then number 1. Okay. The first line should be, the cursor should be sitting on, then bring the cursor down to the type, which is the type of the chart you want to select is number 4. So with the right cursor key, move the cursor to the 4th type of chart and hit enter, so that it's flashing on the 4th type of chart, which is a modified box plot, which will show you the outlier. Okay, and then how will you get the box plot? You hit the zoom key on the top row, zoom, and then press the number 9, and you see a box plot like this on your screen. Okay, so this is the Q1, this is the Q2, this is the Q3, this is the minimum, this is the minimum, and this is the maximum. Notice the Q2, the vertical line inside the box is closer to Q1 than Q3. That means from Q2, the median to the maximum is much higher than Q2 to minimum. That means there is a positive skew or right skew data, as we already found out, because the mean is greater than the median. Okay, but there is no outliers. Had there been an outlier on the right, you would have seen a separate square box. You do not see it. No outlier in this. Remember to use plot number 4. Okay, that shows you the modified outlier, modified box plot with any outlier. In this case, there is no outlier, which we already proved. No outlier on the right, no outlier on the left. You do not see separate square boxes. The outliers are shown by separate square boxes, either on the right or on the left. We do not have any outlier. There is another thing we can do. Second y equal to number 1. Okay. Now go to the third type of chart. Second y equal to number 1. Then the third type of chart. Put the cursor on the third type of chart and hit enter. So that is sitting on the third type of chart and flashing there. Now do zoom 9. Zoom is the third key on the top row, and then 9. And you see the histogram. This is the frequency histogram with frequency on the vertical axis and the groups of data on the horizontal axis. Frequency histogram. The number 3 chart is frequency histogram. Why do you want to do that? Because here you can clearly see that there is an extended tail on the right. A few large numbers put the tail or extension on the right. The third group of data is the highest frequency. So remember, the vertical height is equal to the frequency of each of these bars. Frequency. Then there is an empty group. Then there are 2 more groups with the same amount. But because of the presence of this, you have an extended tail on the right. Okay, this is the frequency frequency. This is also the actually this is by joining the top roofs of this each of the bars. Remember, the bars, the height of the bars are the frequency, and these are groups of data, and we join the top roofs of each of these bars. What we get is the probability density curve, and that has an extended tail on the right. Probability density curve. Probability density curve. Density curve. How do I get it? You join the top roofs, middle of the top of the roofs, roof. It has an extended tail, as is shown by the distance from Q2 to maximum. This is greater than the distance of Q2 to minimum. This is also an indication of extended tail on the right, as also the mean is greater than the median. Bottom line, there is no outlier, but it has a tendency to show an extended tail on the right. So this data set is positively skewed, as shown by the histogram. Also by the difference from maximum to Q2 is greater than the distance from Q2 to minimum. I stop here today. Okay, but before I stop, let me recapitulate what I did. First, we have to calculate the mean and the median. So we entered the data in L1, list 1 of the calculator. Before we do that, we clear the memories of the calculator by pressing second button on the top left, then the plus button on the bottom right, then number 4. Second plus 4, clear all list on the calculator screen, hit enter, done. Then stat button again, 1, and enter the data in L1. Then do stat, then you will highlight calc on the top row, then press number 1, which is one word stat. Your list is already L1, you just bring the cursor down on calculate and calculate, and you'll get the mean and the median. Remember, mean is the arithmetic average, median is the 50th percentile. Here the mean is greater than the median, is skewed to the right, positively skewed. Then they ask for Q1, Q2 and Q3. Okay, get those numbers from the stat calc. Calculate the interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1. It is the width of the box. Okay, then multiply 1.5 times IQR. Why do we need to do that? Because we want to establish the lower boundary on the left and the upper outlier boundary on the right. The lower outlier boundary in this case is 45. Our lowest data point is 46. No number less than 45. No outlier. Our upper outlier boundary is located at 85. Our maximum number is 85. Hence, there is no number greater than 85. It has to be greater than 85 to be an outlier on the right. No such outlier on the right or on the left, also shown by modified box plot, which is plot number 4. However, the distance from Q2 to maximum is greater than distance from Q2 to minimum. That means there is an extended tail on the right or many large numbers. These are all large numbers. Okay, so many 70s, 71, this pulls the mean towards them, towards the right. Okay, and we can do a histogram also and see there is an extended tail on the right. If we join the half of the top of the roofs, middle center of the roofs, you will see an extended tail on the right. The curve we get by joining the top half of the roofs is called probability density curve, which shows an extended tail on the right. So it's positively skewed. Okay. So I stop here today. If you have any questions, just do not hesitate to shoot me a question. I will definitely answer all your questions. And if you want me to continue lecturing or solving problems like this, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Really motivates me to produce more videos just like this. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like this video, share with your friends. You and your friends, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button. And please do not forget to click on the notify bell button. That will notify you every time I upload a new video, which I do almost every day. So I appreciate the fact that you took time to watch my video, and please do not forget to check me out tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a nice day.